Today we're going to be looking at Deakin University. Now this university is number 1 in Victoria for graduate employability and is also number 5 in Australia for research. So this is one of the top ranking universities in Australia and one of the top 250 university in the world. So this is a very good university. And the scholarship is for those that are interested in postgraduate research. So if you are interested in a Master of Research, a Master of Philosophy, or a PhD, this scholarship is for you. Now, what does the scholarship offer? You get a stipend of 37,400 Australian dollars every year for the entire duration of your studies. Your relocation allowance is going to be covered and you're going to be getting at least up to 1,500 Australian dollars just to relocate, and you can relocate alone or you can relocate with your family. You have the opportunity to do that. Your health insurance will also be covered and your tuition fee may also be covered. Now, what are some of the documents you're going to be using to apply for this scholarship? You're going to be needing your CV, your academic transcript, your degree, so the past degrees you have, your passport. If you have evidence of research publication, so maybe if you have publication or any conference paper, you can also show that. You're going to be showing proof of English language proficiency. So I'm going to be taking you through these steps and I'm going to be showing you whether you meet the proficiency or not. Now you're also going to be showing a research. You're also going to be submitting a research proposal. That will depend on your course, whether you're doing a PhD, a Master of Philosophy or not. So that will depend on your course. Now this scholarship is currently open and the deadline for international round, so if you're an international student, the deadline is 23rd August 2026. So there's still some time to prepare your documents and make sure you submit it. You're going to be starting, if selected, you're going to be starting your course February 2027. Now before we start, my analytics is showing me that 88.2% of you watching are not subscribed to this channel. Please hit that subscribe button, like this video and share. We are going to be uploading every Tuesday and every Saturday. If there's going to be any change in schedule, we'll communicate that to you beforehand. Now, how to know if you're eligible for this scholarship? You should have completed at least 4 years of tertiary education, so you must have like a BSc for at least 4 years. Achieve at least 80% or equivalent in the research component of your previous study. Now maybe during your BSc, your thesis, you should have achieved at least 80%, which would be an A. Then you also meet other minimum entry requirements for the higher degree by research. I'm going to be showing you the minimum entry requirements. Now, to be eligible for the fees offset, so there's an opportunity to have your fees offset. You must not be receiving a award or scholarship from Commonwealth that is designed to offset graduate research fees. So if you already have a scholarship that is going to take care of your fees, they're not going to be giving you a fee. They're just going to be giving you, if you get the scholarship, they're just going to be giving you stipend and other allowances. But if you do not have a scholarship, then including your tuition will also be considered in the scholarship. So I'm going to be taking you through how to apply, the steps, everything you need to know about this and when to submit. Remember, I told you the deadline 23rd August 2026. So when you are ready to apply, let's look for how to apply for a graduate research degree. So what do? Click on how to apply for a graduate research degree. Once you click on that, it's going to take you to this page. Now, to apply for a graduate research degree, you apply in 6 steps. Let me quickly take you through that step. The first one you're going to do is find your research degree or PhD you're interested in. So when you click on this, it's going to take you to this page. Now, this is the page for those that want to do Masters of Research or Doctor of Philosophy. So you can see the PhD courses that they offer, but I want to use an example of a Masters in Research, not a PhD. So I'm going to be doing, let me go back. I'm going to be doing a Masters of Applied Health. So once you click on it, it's going to take you to this page. Now this is the Masters of Applied Sciences. Let me go to the international course detail because this is for domestic students and I'm not a domestic student. So you are going to be undertaking research in health related topics such as food, nutrition or sports science under the supervision of an academic staff. So you can see the locations that this course is taken in. You can even take it online. Now Let's go to the course overview. The course overview just tells you what the course is about, and you can read it because it's going to help you know if this fits the area that you want to work on or research on. You can see we have clinical psychology, social work, and the rest. Then you look at the course structure. The course structure is telling you how the course is structured. That means if you when you get admitted here, how your entire 2 years is going to look like, and courses you are going to take, and other information about it. Then the most important one we're looking at is the entry requirements, right? Now they say selection is based on holistic consideration of your academic merits, your work experience, likelihood of success, availability of places, participation requirements, regulatory requirements, and individual circumstance. Now you also need to meet the minimum academic and English language proficiency requirements to be considered for selection. Now what is the academic requirement? To be considered in this degree, you need to have completed a research project, including a thesis, which is equivalent to at least 25% of a year full-time study at level 8 of Australian qualification framework, with a grade of at least 65% or equivalent. Now if you have a bachelor's degree where you did your thesis and you have at least 65% of the equivalent, then you are eligible to apply for this. Now for the English language requirements, you can see the English language course. Now they said you can apply if you have a bachelor's degree from a recognized English speaking country, and there are also other ways to satisfy the English language proficiency, which I'm going to be showing you later as we advance. So once you have selected the course and you know that this is the course you want to apply for, we are going to now go back to the steps for application. We have already gotten the course we're applying for, and we have checked out the entry requirements, and we see that we meet the entry requirements. The next thing you're going to do is find a supervisor. Now if you are applying for Faculty of Business and Law, so the course you're applying for, if it's in Faculty of Business and Law, you do not need to find a supervisor yourself. Once you submit, you will be assigned a relevant supervisor if anybody is willing to supervise you based on your research proposal. But for other departments and other faculties, you need to check for a research supervisor. So what you're going to just do is click on research supervisor, and I'm going to take you to this page. So find a research supervisor, right? Now you'll be supported by a team of at least two supervisors to guide you through your degree. And I'm telling you that your supervisor can make a big difference to your research. So it's important that you choose the right fit for you. Now, how do you find your supervisor? Number one, consider your research topic. Once you have checked and you know that you're eligible to apply for the graduate degree you're interested in, start looking at Deakin University research trends. So I recommend that you click on this link and browse through their institute and centers to see their research trends and what they are researching about. Then you look for a potential supervisor, right? Reach out to discuss your supervision. I already have a template in which you can send information, a template that you can copy in order to reach out to your proposed supervisor. So go to my community page and you see it there. You can copy it and just use the template and send out the email for your supervisor. Now how do we check for now to search for supervisor? You just click on Directorate of Experts and it's going to take you to this page. So if you remember, the course that we selected was a Master of Applied Sciences. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to type Applied Sciences and click on search. So once you click on search, you also have to go to availability of supervisor and click on someone that is available to supervise Masters by Research and PhD. Now if you're only interested in the Master by Research, you can just click on only the Master of Research dashboard. Now they are going to bring out the supervisors that are eligible to supervise you, and you just click on, let me use this associate professor as an example. So once you just click on him, it's going to take you to his page. So this is about him, his research interest. You see his primary area is sports performance analysis and sports physiology. So if this is somewhere you're interested in, you can check him out, check his research output. So what are some of the research work he has done? Just check to see whether this person, you would want this person to supervise you, and if their work tallies closely with yours. These are some of his research articles. Then you can now click on teaching and supervision. So these are his teaching experience, teaching activities, some of the students he's supervising, what their topic is about. You can see current doctoral vision. So these are some of the people he's supervising and what their work is about. That just gives you an insight into what he's interested in and if that's the fit. Now if that's the fit for you, what you just do is click on his email here. This is the email link. Sorry, just click on his email here and send him an email asking whether he wants to be your supervisor or not. And I told you there's a template, so you know the documents to attach and what to do. Now once you have picked your supervisor, as I said, always try to send that email to more than one. You don't have to just stick with one, more than one, to see how you get the feedback. Now after you have found your supervisor, the next thing we're going to do, we already know the key dates for the scholarship. I told you the deadline for the scholarship is August. It's August. Now the next thing we're going to do is prepare our research proposal and the supporting documents. I already told you beforehand about the supporting document you're going to be about the document you're going to be submitting. I'm just going to be showing you now how to prepare your research proposal. You have to define, once you research what you find a research supervisor, you will discuss your research interests with them, right? And now you're going to be collaborating with your supervisor to help enhance your research proposal. So what you do is you define your research direction. So what is the research going to address? Now guys, I'm putting together a document that's going to be showing you how to easily create a research proposal. I'm going to be showing you templates of research proposal, templates of motivation letter, CVs and the rest, and it's going to be out by the end of July. That's just going to put people through that have no idea how to do this. It's just going to be a simple template that once you read it, you can prepare all these documents on your own. So just look out for that. When it's time, I'm going to be letting you guys know when it's ready. Now outline your approach and your scope. So you are going to describe how you are going to be tackling this your research, include your research design, methodology and techniques, set aims, objective and expected outcome, and highlight the contribution to knowledge. So what is the new thing that your research is going to be bringing to knowledge? So that's what they're asking you for in your research proposal. Now you have to scroll down and look at the length of requirement for your proposal. Now they are saying for the Faculty of Art and Education, your research proposal should be between 750 to 1000 words. Faculty of Health except School of Nursing and Midwifery, 750 to 1002. School Nursing and Midwifery, 1500 to 2000. Business and Law, 750 to 1000. Institute for Frontier Material, 300 to 500. So it's important that you read these things so that you will not exceed the requirement for your research proposal. You can see that's why you cannot submit you cannot use one research proposal for every school, because every school have their own requirements. So even though you're going to be using maybe the same topic or whatever, you have to streamline it, or you have to package it to fit the school's requirements. Now after you are done with your proposal, you're going to send it to your supervisor. Just help you prepare it, and once it tells you you are good to go, you are good to go. Now the fact that your supervisor tells you you are good to go does not mean you have gotten the scholarship. He's just telling you that you are good to go to apply for it. Now once you are done, the next thing we see is supporting document. I already told you the document you are going to be needing, but you can just read more intensely on this. Now before I now show you how to apply, because now we now have all the documents ready and everything ready, before I show you how to apply, I'm going to show you the English language proficiency and whether you meet it. Now for the English language proficiency, we are going to be seeing the minimum English language proficiency and what you are going to be needing. Now we are seeing our IELTS score. Now depending on your course may have different IELTS score. Like for example, the Masters of Applied Science that I showed you, for the entry requirements, the English language, the IELTS score is 7.0 with a no band less than 6.5. That may differ depending on the course. So for English language proficiency, this is the scores that they need. Some of the scores: IELTS, Victoria certificate and the rest. So let me scroll down and see other means in which you can meet the English language proficiency test. Now, if you have stayed 5 years in one of the recognized English speaking country, you do not have to provide a test. Or if you have been employed for 5 years in one of the recognized English speaking country. Now, the recognized English speaking country, you can see them: Australia, Canada. Okay, we have Kenya, we have South Africa, we have Zambia. So in Africa, these are the only countries that you don't need a English language test for. But for the remaining, you need an English language proficiency test. Now, once you meet the English language requirements, then and it's time for you to apply. Now, to apply, you create a research point profile. I'm going to be showing you how to do that. Now, remember, if you are applying for a Master of Research in Business, you have to apply through StudyLink Connect. You cannot use the same application as other people. So if your Masters of Research is in Business, please take note of this. But for others, just click on the research points profile. Once you click on it, this is what it's going to show, right? So you just click on register new account and enter your information and register, and then you can now start your application. So that's all for the Deakin University Graduate Research Scholarship. If you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.